You must often have conversations with ordinary business owners or managers and be gobsmacked just how little they've absorbed about stuff from our world, such as cybersecurity breaches that are in the news or critical updates that need to happen. Have you ever wondered why that is? It's not just that they don't care, it's actually more that their brain has been trained not to tell them about it. You see, the brain has a kind of bodyguard that stops information from getting in, and it actually explains why most people don't perceive your MSP's marketing. Good news, there is a way around this bodyguard, and the easiest way for me to explain that is to tell you about the yellow car game. Hey, I'm Paul Green from the MSP Marketing Edge, the leading white label content marketing system that's trusted by over 700 MSPs around the world. Check if your area is available right now at mspmarketingedge.com. Every time we travel in the car together, my 14-year-old child and I play a really cool game. When we see a yellow car, we have to punch the other person on the arm, and the first one to land a punch wins that round. I'm very pleased to tell you that I am the current yellow car champion. Now, this game makes long journeys just whiz by, believe me. And what's really fun is playing the game with other passengers in the car, because my daughter and I absolutely slaughter them. And no wonder, because our brains have been trained to actively look for yellow cars. Whereas, of course, our passengers are seeing yellow cars, but not perceiving them. This is because the bodyguard that stops information getting into their brain has not yet been trained to look for yellow cars. Now, this bodyguard has a name. It's called the Reticular Activating System, and it has lots of functions, but the most important thing from a marketing point of view is that it acts as a sensory filter. If you had to consciously deal with all of the information coming in from your 5 senses, you would very quickly go insane. So instead, that information goes through the Reticular Activating System, which acts as a relevance filter. For the small number of things that are relevant to you, it allows you to perceive them. Everything else, you might see it or hear it, but you don't perceive it. And this is why when you go to, let's say, a new town, you see the break-fix shops, you see the vans belonging to other MSPs, because as far as your reticular activating system is concerned, they are relevant to you. But you don't see the dentists, and you don't see the lawyers, unless, of course, you're marketing to those kind of people, because they are not relevant to you. When you understand that everything you do and say to anyone goes through their reticular activating system, and especially your marketing, then you get a blinding realization why people just don't seem to take in the things you're trying to say to them. And in understanding how the reticular activating system works, there is the clue of how to beat it. Because if the filter is based on relevance, then you have to make the marketing seem more relevant to them. And this is super easy if you operate in a niche or a niche and you want to, let's say, sell to lawyers, you just put the word lawyer in your marketing. Yeah, it really is as simple as that. It's a little bit harder with a general audience, but even here, you can make your marketing seem more relevant to them. Use your town or city name, or use the phrase business owner, as many business owners relate to that. Anytime you're doing any marketing at all, writing any words or creating any images, even down to a simple post on LinkedIn, you must be asking yourself this: how do I beat their brain's bodyguard? How do I wave a massive flag at the reticular activating system to say, hey, look at me, this is really relevant to your owner's brain, so please let them perceive this? I think the secret to this is being very, very clear on who your audience is and being very clear what interests them and what doesn't.
Paul Green's MSP Marketing Edge.